Have I done this one already?
Yes.
Okay. This is episode 22. Welcome back to Those Crazy Weirdos. I'm Cameron.
And I'm Martine.
And I messed up the intro again because Martine's staring at me like I messed it up again.
You did. You definitely did. I think your problem is lack of consistency. So then you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, but it's fine. Everyone's like on their podcasting app clicking, our faces. They know who we are.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yep. Let's go with that. How are you today?
We just went for a walk in the rain.
Yep.
We have tea to warm up.
Yeah. It rained exactly during when we were outside. Perfectly timed. It's not raining anymore.
It's not raining anymore. It wasn't raining before we left.
It's dry out now. Yeah. But we're all wet, including the puppy.
Yeah. But
sleeping it off.
What we could do is warm up with some facts.
Yes. Oh, and tea flavors. I found. Oh.
Yeah. I was going to say, it just reminded me of that as well when you looked in your cup.
I was about to. Cameron made me a tea this morning.
If you're eating right now, I suggest you pause.
Cameron made me a tea this morning, a surprise tea, and I was going to drink it, and then I was like, oh, that doesn't look like the tea bag, and I touched it, and it sank to the bottom, and I was like, weird. So then I poured my tea into another mug to see what it was at the bottom, because I couldn't fish it out, and it was an earwig.
In your tea.
Yeah. I did not drink that tea. I got all fluey after that. Anyways, but it was peach with blue magic juice. So I made that, but in a white cup so I could see the bottom. And there's no earwigs yet. So.
Yes. I have no idea where it came from. It must have crawled in after I made it.
It was mentally scarring. Dude, I'm so glad I noticed it before drinking.
I don't know why we have such... they're so elusive, the earwigs.
Yeah, I don't know.
We see them around the house for a month in the summer every year.
Yeah.
And then they just disappear again.
I don't know. I don't even see them near windows or anything.
No, they're always in the middle of something. They're always on the counter or upstairs in the sink. Yeah. And I'm like, how did you get here? Yeah. Where did you come from?
How did we not notice your little black body crawling up these things?
Black? I thought it was brown.
Dark brown.
Yeah. Okay. But how did it get in your tea mug, man? There was nothing there when I was making the tea. Why did it go
in the tea? I don't understand that. It was hot.
Yeah.
Maybe
it thought it was like a hot tub. Just went, I'm going to go for a little swim.
It was definitely dead when I found it.
I found one literally pouring hot water out of a kettle.
Yeah, that
was 2 years ago.
Yeah,
2 or 3 years ago. I poured.
My brain.
It messes me up too. I poured an earwig out of the kettle. It's disgusting.
Oh gosh, that's disgusting.
I don't know how they get in these places. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how that earwig was still alive because you had just boiled the kettle. It's a metal kettle. It gets hot.
I think it was in the gooseneck part.
But still, the gooseneck is metal and it's attached to the rest of the kettle.
Steamed to death, right?
Yeah.
That was
gross.
I don't get it. That was really gross.
Anyways, so disgusting earwigs.
Yeah. Oh well, just extra protein.
Oh yeah, I'm so glad I didn't.
Ready to now on that high note, should we dive right into the facts?
Yes.
Dive right in like the earwig did.
Ew. Gross. Oh, cue the theme tune.
Indubitably.
Yes.
Well, today, what I'm not saying is class facts about watches.
Oh, that's an interesting one.
Mostly about wristwatches, I guess.
Are we talking digital or analog?
Analog, mostly.
Cool.
But it's just a couple facts. It's not deep dive.
Yeah. That's fine. Exciting. Okay. Tell me all about it.
All right. The small pocket. Let's start with a really funny one.
Okay.
That everyone probably does. That little small pocket in jeans that's in your pocket is actually for a pocket watch.
Amazing.
Wow. Now you know.
Yeah. I like that that's just like a relic from the past.
Right? Okay. But the first so let's talk about wristwatches. The first wristwatches were not meant to be time-telling, like timepieces.
What? Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
What were they meant to be?
They were worn and marketed to women as bracelets.
What?
And they were supposed to be a fashion statement.
I don't understand. It's just like it has a clock face that doesn't work?
Actually, I should have looked up whether they worked, but I think they probably worked. But they were more of a fashion statement, and they were marketed to women as bracelets rather than like time-telling watches.
Oh, dude, that's really cool.
Yeah, and I think back in the day though, like women weren't part of the workforce, so they never really needed the time because they were around home and stuff. So I think it was more like this is just for the lovely housewife whose husband buys her nice things.
Yeah.
Here's a bracelet or something like. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah, in order to tell time in like factories and work and stuff, men would usually just use a pocket watch still at that time.
Huh.
Isn't that interesting?
Wow.
So pocket watches were still the like de facto way for men to tell time.
Man, just
whereas
imagine.
women were wearing wristwatches, which were way more practical and everything.
That's
but like
so funny.
Were just fashion statements.
Just imagine having a wristwatch on, but not caring about the time on it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
So weird.
Yeah, and it wasn't until World War I when wristwatches really caught on for men, and it was of course because if you're in a trench or in like a battle, digging around for your pocket watch in order to time a strike.
Yeah.
Like, if they had like, okay, at 9:00 we're all gonna do like an ambush or something.
Yeah.
They're not gonna have all the men like rooting around their muddy pockets for like a pocket watch.
Yeah.
So they gave them wristwatches to be like, okay, just take a glance and then you can go, sort of thing.
Man, the war really
so
changed a lot of things about life, eh?
Yeah, World War I is when wristwatches really became popular for men.
Huh.
Yeah, and then that was the decline of the pocket watch after that.
Yeah. Dude, that's really cool.
Yeah. Interesting, eh?
Wow, I like that fact. That's really neat.
I still find it crazy but like obviously today a wristwatch is both a timepiece and a fashion statement.
Yeah, I guess it still is a fashion statement.
Oh, absolutely. It's absolutely both. Like no doubt about it. Yeah. But like back in the day it was like, nah, it's just a fashion thing.
Crazy.
It's weird, right? It's weird.
Man, okay. I have a class of facts about flowers.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
What kind of flowers?
So this is not a deep dive into flowers, just some interesting facts about flowers.
Okay.
It's
just like the watches.
Yeah.
I like it.
The smallest flower is called watermeal, and its diameter is less than 1 millimeter across.
What?
Yeah.
And that's still considered a flower?
I mean, why not? It's just miniature.
But how is it supposed to spread its seed if it's less than 1 millimeter across?
It's an aquatic flower.
Huh. What pollinates a flower that small?
I don't know.
Because even like a fruit fly is more than 1 millimeter big. You know what I mean?
I know. It's just it's a flowering plant though.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
And the largest flower is called Rafflesia arnoldi, and its diameter is over 90 centimeters across.
Whoa!
And it can weigh up to 15 pounds.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's a big flower. You find them in the Indonesian rainforests, and they only grow on tendrils of a specific type of vine called tetrastigma.
Baylor.
And some people call it a monster flower, and it stinks of rotting meat.
Oh, I've heard of this.
It's one of the types of flowers that stink of rotting meat, but it's not the only one.
Okay. That's disgusting. But I guess it like makes like the flies are like, oh.
Yeah, exactly.
Is it carnivorous then, that one?
I don't know.
Okay.
Nothing that I saw mentioned that.
Fair enough. All right. I don't have any more facts.
That's okay.
Watches, analog watches,
when
they put them for sale in the shops, are usually set to what's called the happy time.
What? Really?
Yeah, so that they're smiling at you.
What?
Yeah, and that is 10 past 10 or equivalently 10 before 2.
Oh. Whoa.
So it's like
do they still do that today?
Yeah. So
Why?
it's like 10 past tense, like that.
Yeah, like a
10
downward
before 2.
arrow.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And there's a reason for this. One, because it's smiling at you, kind of thing. But also because the hands don't overlap that way, so you can see all the hands.
Right.
Like they move the second hand to a different location, so like you can see all the hands separately, so you see it better. Also, usually the brand or the logo is at the 12 o'clock, so it doesn't block the brand or logo.
Wow.
Yeah, and other elements, like I guess what are they called? Complements or something?
I don't know what you're referring to.
Other elements like the date or other little like pieces of the watch that are on the face.
Oh.
Are usually either at like 3 or 9, like as a common place to put them, so it doesn't block those either. So it's just this like, it's like this really like nice area to put. Apparently, you could get a similar effect if you did 20 past 8.
But
or 4:40, I guess, or 3:40, I guess. But it's a frowny face, a smiley face.
Wow.
So they switched it to be a smiley face, or like everyone basically does smiley faces now.
I can't believe there was so much thought put into that.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
That's really cool.
Yeah.
I would have never even thought that was something people considered.
Now, I mean, like, this is what I've read. But next time we go into the mall, we have to look. Because now I'm really curious. I'm curious. Like, are they all set to this happy time? It's called the happy time.
I love that it's called the happy time. That makes me happy. I thought the first thing that I thought of was you were going to say, like, 5 p.m. because that's when people get off work. So it's like happy time. I thought that's what you meant.
No, that's a good idea, but then, yeah. Cool, eh?
That's really neat. Who would have thought?
Yeah. You don't say.
Yeah, for real. Okay. More flower facts.
Hit me.
There are a lot of different flowering plant species.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
I believe that.
I know.
You know, might surprise you, but I believe you.
Yeah. 250,000 to 400,000 are the current estimates.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That is a lot.
Several hundred thousands, which is so many different kinds of flowers.
That is a lot. I bet you most of them are like concentrated in one rainforest somewhere.
Probably.
Or something.
For real though. And there are these kinds of flowers called thermogenic flowers, and they can produce heat.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'll give you an example. The skunk cabbage is a kind of flower.
Skunk cabbage? Is it black and white, or is it just like...
No clue. Okay. Never saw a picture in the article. But this kind of flowering plant peaks up through the snow in the spring. And so it needs to produce heat so that it can survive. And
what?
Yeah, so it isn't affected by frost because it can keep its internal temperatures at 22 degrees Celsius.
What?
For almost 2 weeks.
Dude, that is way warm. That is way more thermogenesis than I was expecting.
Yeah.
Dude, I thought you were saying it could produce like 1 or 2 degrees of heat so that it could attract more flies or bees or something. 22 degrees in the snow.
Yeah.
That is like human levels. Okay,
Yeah.
not quite. But that is like a lot of thermogenesis, man. That is way more than I would have expected.
And it can sustain that for 2 weeks, Cameron.
That's crazy.
That's a long time. But when you're a bug and stuff, it's a lot more attractive to go pollinate a really nice and warm, cozy flower than it is to pollinate a cold one. Of course,
but 22 degrees is crazy. How does it even generate? Like, where does the genesis, like, what is it burning?
I think they don't know that yet.
That's insane.
Yeah, they've just observed that there are, like, plants can thermogenesis is a thing in some plants besides, like, creating heat. They can also regulate their internal temperature to be something, like, that they are looking for. So, some plants can regulate their internal temperature so that it's optimal for the enzyme rubisco, which happens as part of the photosynthesis cycle. What are you laughing about that?
Just the way you read facts. Photosynthesis.
Anyways, photosynthesis needs the enzyme rubisco, and that can only function in some certain optimal temperatures. So some plants are known to keep their temperature in such a range that this enzyme works optimally.
Whoa. Great.
Yeah. Examples of these plants: pineapples, tomatoes, cotton, and lettuce. They can keep their internal temperatures different than the ones ambient to them.
I guess like they all have a lot of water, so maybe there's like a pressure thing there.
Maybe. But also, the same goes for oak and pine leaves.
Yeah. It's so weird.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
Yeah, people widely think that the plants that can produce heat like that have a reproductive advantage because they're just more, like, attractive to things. And they're more smelly and stuff when they're warm, too.
Yeah, I guess, like, fragrances come off with heat, like volatile organic compounds and stuff. That's a good... Dude, that's a really cool fact.
Yeah, I know.
I would have never thought that plants could... Like, there could be thermogenic plants. Like, that's really cool.
I know. There's a lot of really cool... plant facts. I was gonna say fact plants, but
I mean, plants have been around a lot longer than humans, to be fair, and mammals in general.
I know.
So it makes a lot of sense that their evolution's gone far.
I know.
But for me, when I look at a human or a mammal or an animal, mammals in particular are warm-blooded, right?
Yeah.
Most of them. No, mammal means you lactate. You have mammalons. Mammal. Right.
Oh, but I don't know if you can have a cold-blooded
Yeah,
animal.
you can, I think. I think like is a platypus cold-blooded?
Okay, but a platypus is an exception to like every rule.
No, but a mammal just means you lactate, I think.
Okay.
Despite that, I can imagine like thermogenesis happening because we eat like calories. So we burn the calories. We have a metabolism and like that produces heat. That's thermogenesis. It makes sense. But plants are just there. They have like, what are they eating from the soil to burn?
Yeah.
To make that heat.
I know.
You got to get heat from somewhere, right? Like,
I know.
You got to be burning calories. It's cool.
I know. Plants are so much more like complicated than I feel like a lot of people realize.
It's very cool.
It's neat.
All right. I have two firsts from you from the watch world.
Okay.
The first, waterproof watch.
Okay.
Do you have a guess for what? Let's just go with what decade it was released in.
Do you give me when the first watch was released in? We talked about it being a fashion statement for women, and that was before the World War, the first one.
Yeah, so they've been around for a while.
1960s.
No.
Oh.
Earlier.
Earlier. The 20s.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah. Rolex released a watch called the Oyster in 1926.
I mean, that's a pretty good name for a waterproof watch.
The first waterproof watch was the Oyster by Rolex in 1926.
Did you know why? Like what purpose they were envisioning it for?
I mean, there's lots of purposes for a waterproof watch. I don't think I'd buy a watch if it wasn't waterproof today. Maybe like for rain, for like...
Okay.
If you're working sweat. I don't know. Apparently
cool.
to prove it, I think they dumped it in a bowl of water. And that was it. That was the test. Just like put it in a bowl of water.
Just imagine, man. Things were so much more simpler back then. Nowadays, they'd be like, you need an elaborate test plan.
Yeah. The first smartwatch.
Ooh, that's a good question.
If you guess for the decade for this one, there's a lot fewer options.
Yeah. 2010s?
No, earlier.
2000s.
Almost.
1990s?
Yes.
Really?
1998.
Hey, that's the year we were born.
Yeah.
What? Really?
Called the Seiko Reputer. Seiko Reputer? I don't know. That word there. Or don't look at that. Sorry. Just there.
Reputer. Maybe because it's like computer, but it's reputer.
I don't think that. I don't think computers are... I don't know. Anyway. Yeah.
That's really weird.
And that was the first smartwatch. 1998.
Wow. That's way earlier than I would have expected. Because, like, the iPod Shuffle wasn't even a thing at that time.
Dude, iPods were a thing now.
Yeah.
I remember when the iPod came out. Walkmans were a thing.
Yeah, but, like, the screen experience of that was just, like, a tiny bar with writing at the top. Wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Meanwhile, they're already inventing smartwatches.
Yeah, I think...
Wow.
I don't think it was a smartwatch in the sense of, like, a modern smartwatch. But I think you could like there was a hub and you
Yeah.
could connect it to a PC and there were applications.
Wow.
Yeah.
Shocking.
Not like today's smartwatches where you could like take calls and
Yeah.
you know, do all kinds of crazy stuff with it.
Yeah.
At least I don't think, but I didn't research it too much.
I mean, I think, yeah, it's easily believable.
Yeah. Any more plant facts?
No, I ran out of flower facts.
Flower facts. Well, there you go. Thermogenic plants and waterproof watches.
Yeah.
Pretty good, actually. I really like this. It's a good set of facts,
good.
actually.
You know, wristwatch is a lot more tongue twistery than I would have imagined.
Wristwatch.
If you say that 5 times
Pocket
fast.
watch. Wristwatch. Wristwatch. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Wristwatch. Oh, I can't do it fast. I can only do it like
Wristwatch. It's time for the quack question.
My turn to ask you to quack at you. Quack.
Perfect.
Quack, 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 quack.
Yep, that's the section over with.
Okay. I don't know why I did that. Regretted it. Okay. If you had to do one of the following.
Ooh, okay.
Every day before bed.
Oh.
No exceptions.
Okay.
Which would you rather?
Oh, this is exciting, Cameron.
It's exercise. So it's going to be pain.
Okay.
It's a matter of determining which one you find the most painful.
Okay.
Or the least painful.
Okay.
50 push-ups.
Okay.
75 squats.
Okay.
20 chin-ups.
Okay.
Or a 100-meter dash.
I'm going to go with the 75 squats.
Every single night, no matter how sore you are, no matter what you've done that day, before you hop in bed, you have to do 75 squats. How do you feel?
Like, I mean, obviously none of these are ideal, right? Except I feel like it's a lot easier to do a squat than it is. Like, okay, I'm thinking pre-bedtime activity, right? 100-meter dash, you get like super duper amped up. You know what I mean? Yeah. And like, man, it takes a lot for your muscles to like so fast. You know what I mean? So like, I think I wouldn't be able to sleep very well after that.
If it was a 100-meter jog, would that change or no?
It changes things. Yeah.
But would you still choose the squats?
Probably would choose the running if it's a jog.
100-meter jog, really?
Yeah, because it's not that far. 100 meters.
No, 100 meters is easy, but
yeah,
you'd still have to like put on your shoes and your outdoor clothes and go outside and run 100 meters before coming in to go to bed.
Oh, nah. Okay, then.
Yeah.
Nah, you're right.
But this was the idea though. So it's only 100 meters. It's definitely the easiest out of all of them.
It would take the least amount of time.
It would absolutely take the least amount of time. It would be the easiest, probably like heart rate wise even.
Yeah.
But you have to get out of the house, which is another complication.
I think, yes, the fact that you can do squats standing up while you're brushing your teeth and flossing and stuff, or like doing dishes, like, you know what I mean? You can just do squats while you're doing other things, brushing your hair. It makes it, and wearing whatever, you know, it makes it a lot easier to just do on the fly than it does like a chin up where you can't do anything but do the chin up or the push up.
Yeah, the chin ups, I thought 20 was a good number because chin ups are difficult.
Yeah.
But I thought had you and I in mind for this question. Obviously 20 is not attainable for a good
I'd have to do it in several sets.
Yeah, but me and you would both need several sets, but it would also be fast compared to the rest. Like 75 squats can take way longer than 20 chin ups.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, that's a lot of squats. I had it at 100 at first, and I thought maybe that's a bit too much.
That's too much. Yeah. But, like, okay, squats, I feel like chin-ups are a lot more intense an activity than a squat.
They are. They're
like,
much more difficult.
One squat is a lot chiller of a thing to do because you're, like, standing and using your legs all the time. You know? What would you pick? What are you laughing at?
No, I knew this is a tough question.
Yeah,
this is why I
really like this question. This is great.
I put one track element in there because I thought it'd be interesting.
I know. Putting on
honestly,
the shoes part.
The one thing that's annoying for me is, it's the going outside. And if it's raining or snowing or something, it's just like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
I just run around here. I mean, like, I'd run around our main floor, honestly. If you were allowed a jog, I'd probably do that actually.
Yeah, if we were allowed that, I would just do the jog. Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose it's not so bad.
But I feel like that defeats the purpose of the question.
75 squats. I was thinking it's between the champs and the squats ring. I think 50 push-ups, my muscles would fail out. If it was like,
I think it would just be
40 push-ups or something, it'd be a bit closer.
Push-ups are like cardio plus ab plus like
horrible.
It works
plus
a
once
lot.
my shoulders go, man. Like push-ups, I lose them so fast. Squats, I feel like I could squat even if I'm tired.
Yeah.
It's a lot of effort.
Yeah, exactly.
But some days, like if I came home after like a heavy back squat day and had to squat more, I would cry.
Yeah, I mean, that goes without saying for anything. Like, I think I would probably cry more if my arms were super sore and I physically couldn't, like, chin up. you know what I mean? I think no matter how sore my legs are, I could still squat.
This is what I'm saying. I feel like the squats go way slower, so I'd have to go squats as well.
Yeah.
Although, honestly, like, it's between that or the 100 meters. I might even choose the 100 meters.
Still. What if it's icy? Freezing rain outside.
Okay. Yeah, I'd have to get, like, compounds or whatever.
Little ice picks on your shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going for squats because the multitasking aspect. The multitasking
Good choice. All right, now, follow-up question.
Ooh,
if you could choose any exercise, it still has to be, like, somewhat equal difficulty.
Right.
I tried to make them somewhat equal. Mm-hmm. But if you had to choose... Like, I tried to make the rep count so that they're equal in difficulty, and it's more like which exercise would you prefer to do sort of thing.
Right.
Was there any other exercise you'd prefer to do if it was equivalent amount of reps of that exercise? You know what I mean?
Calf raises are another really easy one.
Oh, calf raises, damn.
Yeah, those are.
But you'd have to do like in order to make
200?
it equivalent. Yeah, like 200 to make it equivalent to 75 squats.
I know. So like I think the time aspect for that one would be really annoying. I quite enjoy doing like butt exercises, like the dog peeing on. Well, bridges maybe, because you could do that in bed, which is nice.
Yeah, kind of.
But also the one when you're on your hands and knees and you're like a dog peeing on a fire hydrant. Yeah. Those ones I quite enjoy. It's like a nice kind of pain.
Yeah.
And it doesn't take too many to hurt, but you don't feel like super out of breath when you do them. So I wouldn't mind doing some of those. I think just lower body is easier because they're bigger.
Bigger muscles, yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking abs, but I feel like I'd get tired.
I know, right?
Like it would make me feel too right before sleeping.
If we had a rowing machine, I think I'd do rowing. I love rowing.
What about bike? Like one of those exercise bikes.
Yeah, but sometimes I don't know.
I know.
I'd rather row than bike.
The cardio aspect.
The cardio is
right
tough.
Before sleeping.
Yeah, the cardio is tough.
That's why you need a non-cardio thing.
But all of them are gonna end up getting your heart rate up is the thing. Like no matter what you do, your heart rate's gonna get up.
I know.
It's supposed to be. It's like a method of torture, right? Like
I wouldn't mind. I don't mind doing like arm stuff either, like bicep curls or something. Yeah. Those aren't bad either, because that one, if you can just go heavy enough where it like 10 will still be super tiring if you have the right weight.
True.
So it wouldn't take that
squats
long.
too. Weighted squats.
Yeah, it doesn't take that long, and you can do both arms at once. This is a good question, dude. Makes me think.
That was it. That was the question.
I enjoyed that. Good one.
Good. And now it's time for the cheerful earful.
Bum.
Bum bum. The Laughing Bagpipes present the cheerful earful.
Sorry, you had to listen to that, everyone.
All right.
It's me today doing the cheerful earful.
I want my ears full of cheer.
Yes. Yes. I have to find my factor. Well, my cheerful earful. Okay. So. Let's get ready to rumble.
Let's get ready to rumble, baby.
Okay, in Kelowna, BC.
In Kelowna, BC.
Oh, I thought I was waiting for you to finish so I could keep speaking.
Yeah,
okay. Yeah. There is a secret group called the Gnome Restoration Society that steals gnomes from people's front lawns, restores them, and then returns them.
Oh my goodness.
So we find out about the secret society because there's a man in Kelowna named Blair who had his gnomes just vanish from his front lawn one morning.
Right.
And he was like gutted. He was like, oh, that's sad. And he just assumed he would never see them again. But then one day, an old lady knocked on his back door and he answered, and she handed him an envelope addressed to the homeowner.
Wait. An old lady knocked on his back door, like from his back garden. Like she just like...
This is what the article said, yeah.
That's so weird, okay?
And inside the envelope was a cutout of a gnome, like in paper.
Yeah.
With the words, the Gnome Restoration Society, handwritten on the back. And the lady wouldn't tell Blair anything about the Gnome Restoration Society at all, even though like he was asking her a bunch of questions, and she was just like, no, I'm just delivering them. And she wouldn't tell him anything. Then she led him to her car, and in her trunk, there were all his gnomes, completely restored to perfect condition.
Oh my goodness.
They were cleaned, they were painted, and there was actually 2 extra bonus gnomes.
What?
In there too.
They gave him 3 gnomes.
Yeah. And Blair was just like kind of stunned about the whole thing, you know what I mean? But he said it made his day. Like the Robin Hood of gnomes.
Wow. That's awesome. The Gnome Restoration. I wonder... Honestly, hearing that story, I wonder if it was just the old lady.
I know. I wondered
just,
about
like,
that too.
Hiding in plain sight. I'm just delivering it. I don't know what you're talking about. It's just in my trunk. I don't know why.
I know. I know. I bet you she's just the one doing it, like
She's just like, I like this gnome.
A one-woman team.
Yeah, I bet she's just her.
I know. I wonder where she gets the bonus gnomes from, though.
I don't know. It's fun though. I like that. Thank you for that.
What a good retirement project. just stealing things.
We're gonna start another chapter here in Waterloo. Just be like the Gnome Restoration Society Waterloo chapter.
And that concludes episode 22.
The big tutu.
Tutu.
Ah, tutu, like a tutu.
Ballerinas. The ballerina episode.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, dude.
That would have been good.
Oh.
That would have been excellent.
Man, we missed an opportunity.
I know.
It was tough.
Man. Oh, well.
As always, if you'd like to send us your stories, your you don't says, your quack questions, or your cheerful earfuls, you can reach us at
thosecrazyweirdospodcast@gmail.com.
Or visit our website at
thosecrazyweirdos.ca.
And or is what I should have said there, because you could do both. That's definitely possible.
Yep. Can confirm.
Other than that, we're gonna go eat some biscuits, right? Dude, my tea is still so boiling hot.
Oh yeah, he's using his fancy new Yeti mug.
God, it is hot. Yeah, that is like almost mouth burning hot still. I made it right before we started recording this.
Oh, still making episode 22, man.
I
He's
know.
Still making this rookie mistake.
I know. I'm sorry.
Well, have a good one, everyone.
Enjoy.
Bye.
Listen to us next week.